Hello everybody and welcome to season 14 of the Mans Odyssey. The episode number is 90 I believe, and today I'm just going to briefly round up a dramatic summer of spending for our beloved Le Mans Show, and we've started the league campaign with the Champions League to begin in earnest, and I'll just talk to you very briefly about what's been going on. First, the bright news is that we're undisputed league leaders at the moment with 13 points out of 15. Unfortunately, we had the opportunity to go 3 points clear and we only got a point, so I was rather miffed and agitated about that. But so far, so good. I can't really complain about anything. We are top of the league, we're unbeaten, and things can only go up from here. I hope. Marseille beaten by Rennes in the last game. Here's what's happened in our pre-season fixtures. Very briefly, Jordan Martin, we'll talk about him in a moment. He scored against Basel in a 1-1 draw. We destroyed in a INF Clairefontaine in that game. We lost, interestingly, to Leicester City in a rather poor performance, but we resumed our tour of England with a 3-0 win away to Middlesbrough, and then Brighton and Hove Albion gave us a very good game, but ultimately we were the victorious team. Getafe, we beat them 1-0, and then another lower league French team, Amboise, we destroyed them 6-0. Jean-Baptiste Vial giving himself a real confidence boost, but he got himself injured again, so very disappointing for him. The beginning of the league campaign was stunning, to say the least. We love playing Lyon, and Shebe Shivers continued that fine tradition by grabbing a opening day hat-trick. Not even a consolation goal would deny us. Metz, it was a thrilling game, but we were the deserved winners. Shrivers twice, Diawara once, and Jovanovic once, but at least these lads made a fight out of it. They tried their best, but it wasn't to be. Our first clean sheet of the season, a very important one as well, as Nolan Lambert is starting to be favoured as the first team choice, at least in league, and it was a solitary header from Aloine Diawara which secured the 3 points. Then a nice victory over our nearest rivals, Laval. We had a debut goal for one of our new signings. We'll talk about him in a minute. Shebe Shivers missed a penalty but made up for it in the 55th minute, and Jovanovic assured a dominant victory there. But unfortunately, Bastia were very brave and self-confident, and they got a draw at the home of the hopeful champions of the next season. We suffered an early setback as Robert was injured and he's out for the time being, but it was midfield performance as Jordan Lecomte and Robert Jovanovic both scored, but they equalised twice, not willing to accept a defeat. So our Champions League group is as follows: Anzhi Machkala, Liverpool and Shakhtar Donetsk, who also made the semi-finals of the Champions League last season, did the Ukrainian team, and that's going to be one hell of a game to start off the season. I won't be live commenting the first 3 Champions League games at least, but we'll probably wait until the very end of the campaign, see what happens, and hopefully we make another knockout stage. But for the time being, we'll have to reflect on more league commitments. But for now, let's look at the all-important transfer window. Why is this episode called Transfer Records Smashed? And well, we have a lot of minor transfers to talk about. Koulibaly, Ali Bamba and Foussieni Cisse all retired. Foussieni now part of my backroom team. Amouche Tari, I let him go. I let Usama Bisha, our third choice goalkeeper, go to Lazio for a reasonable fee. Jeremy Kieffer, he's left on a free. Eric Correa Martinho, he's gone for 2 million to Genk. Declan Caldwell, my promising attacking mid from Northern Ireland, decided he wasn't going to get the first team football he deserved at Le Mans, and I let him go. But the big news is, after much deliberation, Arsenal coughed up 42 million euros straight up, no negotiations. They wanted my greatest ever academy graduate, Jordan Martin, and we had no other choice but to accept. It was a great offer, and even for Jordan it was just too much to turn down. And so far his career's got off to a poor start. He's played badly against Hartlepool, Everton and Wolverhampton Wanderers, but hopefully for his sake and my own that he performs well in future and learns the way of England. But then again, Arsenal have been very poor in the last few years, and it might take a while. But Jordan Martin is up sticks and left, and you can see they probably overpaid him because they got 40 million euros directly from a sale of their own. So I thought the deal was lost, but they decided at the 11th hour, let's bid for him again, 42 million right away. In full, no installments or any of that nonsense. So what have I done with the money? This transfer was actually done before the sale. I needed a Fusiani Cisse replacement, and what a replacement I've found. He hasn't quite settled into the club, but from Basel I spent 13 million to bring Bernard Mohammed of Ghana to the club. He's on 50,000 a week. He's 6'8", 100 kilos. That is absolutely insane, and his stats definitely impress me. He can head the ball, he can finish, he's quite creative, very determined, extremely strong, can jump, he's reasonably good at work rate, good technique, first touch is good, free kicks are good, but no goals for the club as of yet, either in pre-season or in the league. So even though he scored twice for his beloved Ghana, it's not quite worked out for me thus far. You'll remember Henning Borner. I signed him on a free transfer from Auxerre, and he played a 7.0 in his debut, but he won't get the first team football straight away, but great cover to have, as Koulibaly had to be let go. And my director of football stepped in and signed Magia from Feyenoord for his release clause, and he's Ali Bamba's replacement, and he's anything but an Ali Bamba type player, as he scored in his debut. As I mentioned, it was a corner whipped in, and a diving header right in the bottom corner from my Brazilian left back, and that is a fabulous way to start his career, getting the goal, and he's ready to play again in the Champions League for the first time, as Sylvain Baudry got the original favouring, but I played him in the weekend side that drew 2-2. And one last thing about Jordan Martin, he did score for France for the very first time when I let go of him, and obviously I'm delighted for him for that, but we'll miss him dearly, even though he is the sacrificial lamb that has perhaps ended the era of debt and misery here in the Northwest, as we now have 43,834,000 euros, and obviously we've been spending some of it, so we are very comfortable in the financial department, and we hope to continue that for basically the end of time. As long as I'm still in charge, I don't want us to struggle with debt ever again. We have loans to pay off in future, but that shouldn't be too much of an issue. We'll do that, no problem. And we'll take a look at our staff, the backroom team. I signed a fair few of them actually, and we'll go back to our transfer history. Staff. So obviously the one you all want to meet is not on this list, but I'll talk about him last. We'll begin with our under-19s. Mouhamadou Dabo is there. He hasn't got great mentals, but for a young coach at 38 years old, he's got plenty of great coaching attributes, and that's what I prefer to see. Another Frenchman here, Jean-Pascal Fontaine, studying for his pro license, and he'll be a great coach for the under-19s. We're really focusing in on the youth system again now that we sold off Jordan. At last, the final coach is Tim Schoenhelm from the Netherlands, just 33 years old, and again another coach for the future, and that's fantastic. Diego Lopez, we needed extra goalkeeper training, and we didn't have any space for a goalkeeper coach anymore, so we decided just get Diego Lopez, who has 20 goalkeeping stats but is noted down as a regular coach, so it was a no-brainer there to bring in the former Real Madrid man and Sevilla, I think. We have a new scout from Argentina with knowledge of Russia and other parts of Eastern Europe. His name is Facundo Bertoggio, and he's got great stats, and he can even be a coach in an alternate dimension. A Greek physio, he's also part of the Greek under-21s, and his name is Nikos Kalamaras. Sean O'Callaghan is a scout to bolster our knowledge of Great Britain and Ireland. He obviously has bit of Welsh knowledge, which is what I wanted, but the better scouting we have from a particular country, the better chance we have of new gens appearing. So maybe we could get some Republic of Ireland players in a bit more regularly this time. That would mean a lot to me. And last but not least, we have a fantastic looking new gen coach, Everton Martins. He can attack, he can provide fitness, coaching, all sorts of goodness, and he's even got the mentals to back it up, so that's fantastic. But the man you all want to meet, his name is Fusieni Cisse. Yes, he is a part of the backroom team. He's way up here. He's way up here. There he is. His career starts all over again, and he's got some knowledge of Ireland and England and Senegal, interestingly. So he's not a great coach, but he's got a long way to go, really. But if you look at our training, coach's skill, we'll scroll all the way down. We'll find Cisse as a 3-star strength coach, which is excellent considering his stats look so average. And last but not least, we look at the boardroom and show that our youth facilities are nearly completed for the second time in only a year. So we'll go from good youth facilities to great youth facilities, or even top. I'd love to see a top youth facilities grade being awarded. And we've got the above average youth recruitment and excellent junior coaching, so perhaps we'll dawn in a new era. And we've also bought the stadium, the Arena, away from our landlords, I should say. So we will no longer be paying income towards our landlords. It's all ours, and we'll make every cent that our fans are willing to pay into the club. So hopefully it's a new era of prosperity for Le Mans FC, but it all begins with domestic success. I won't be letting my dreams of the league title go so easily, but anything else is a bonus, and the Champions League and maybe even the Coupe de France will be priorities this season, but we'll see what happens. We'll speak again ever so soon, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.